A Lamentation of Swan. 1. Picture yourself as one of two strangers, thumbs upturned to the world outside, sitting at separate booths in a classic American diner which can and should only be described as static. I am the other. An aging waitress whose name tag reads Maggie and is consequently a stranger to nobody shuffles over to your booth. With one eyebrow raised, she waits for you to speak first. What's good? Ma'am? What's good here? Folks seem to enjoy the caribou. Your gaze travels over the menu. I'm gonna need another minute. Anything to drink in the meantime, hun? A Coke. Maggie floats back behind the counter and tends to her business, whatever that is. I seize the moment to make first contact. As I approach, the jukebox loves me tender. The caribou's tough. Excuse me? The caribou. It's not tender like you like it, it's tough. Maybe I like it tough. Nobody likes it tough. So what do you recommend? Well, it's not on the menu, but I know for a fact that she just got some good swan in. Maggie knows her way around a swan better than anyone else in this city. Better than at the Grand? Vladimir? He knows how to prepare a fine swan, ma'am, but the fact is that they get shitty swan. Pardon my French, but fuck the Grand. The swan here is usually no better, mind you, but I know for a fact that they just picked up a particularly fine lamentation on account of the fact that I just sold it to him. I sit down opposite you, and we are no longer strangers. 2. We share each other's bodies now. You know I prefer it when you don't shave. You know that when I see the thick hair that grows in your armpits, I'm reminded of your cunt, which is a part of you I like to be reminded of. I know that you don't like to suck cock. By the look on your face when you tell me you like to suck cock, I like having my cock sucked, so I don't say anything. To me, you are impossible. I ejaculate at just the right time. The last time this happened, I was young, still in school, and more in love with myself than anything else. Low on money, we share meals. Often we find ourselves back at Maggie's place. I compile a list of items we share. Swan. Snake babies. Pygmy marmoset. Electric eel. Lion heart. Battered tarantula. Maggie likes us even though we don't tip well. One time we fuck in the bathroom during business hours. Afterward, she tells us she listened at the door. She asks if she can watch next time, perhaps join in. I think it's a fine idea. Sure, she's a little over the hill, but whatever. Her armpit hair is light and appears to be soft. The contrast would be interesting. You are not game, though. We tell her thanks, but no thanks. We are no longer welcome at Maggie's place. 3. You are growing tired of me. I know all the signs. I whittle a ring from an ivory tusk I find in a dumpster behind the bowling alley. I intend to take you out on a date somewhere classy, perhaps have the waiter hide the ring in a piece of cake or something. My plans are not set in stone. I sit in a rocking chair and watch you sleep, thinking of the various paths our partnership could take from this moment on. Perhaps you will wake up in a moment or two horny. I will know what you need by the look in your eye. We will make passionate love. I will come inside you. We will share our diseases and perhaps bear a child. This does not happen. You fart in your sleep and turn over. 4. I give the ivory ring to a homeless lady who sits on the corner of 5th and Main. She nods her thanks and says nothing. I sit alone on a park bench watching the ducks, wondering how much I could get if I wrangled them up, snapped their necks, and took them over to Maggie's, before remembering that I am no longer welcome at Maggie's. For this I blame you. My plans are now set in stone. 5. You will leave me within a week. I know this to be a fact as I lie next to you in bed, pretending to sleep, listening to you snore. I move with the precision of a factory worker. Exit the bed, dress in silence. Leave my letter on your bedside table and a bucket of water on the ground where I know you'll find it. I have nothing to pack. My gaze travels over the room. In my pocket, I have a cigarette lighter I found on the floor of the public restroom in the mall. We were there last week to browse the selection of fossils at the fossil shop, but didn't end up buying anything. The lighter has a portrait of Elvis on it. Today would have been his birthday. Your nightgown is made of faux silk. I have read the label. It is highly flammable, which is why I bought it for you. I suppose I've been planning this for weeks. I look from your nightgown to Elvis and back. I'm all shook up. My plans are set in stone. I move like a machine. This ceremony is sacred to me. 6. Dear you, my love is huge, like orchestra huge. There is nothing I cannot cremate, and I am sorry for these things and the other things too. I will never forget the lamentations we shared. I have swallowed a dozen snake eggs, which I expect to hatch inside my stomach before sunrise. I suppose we'll meet again soon enough, someplace else. Love, the other stranger. Me.